Yeah, shalom, shalom. Grace and peace be unto the 12 tribes of Israel. Pray everybody's doing okay. Good afternoon. If you're glad to be able to hear the message today, go ahead. Let me get a now today we are going into Matthew chapter 16, continuing the gospel series. By the way, if y'all can hear the sound all right, put a 5 in the chat. I want to make sure the sound is coming in okay. You can hear the sound okay, put a 5 in the chat. I want to make sure that's coming through all right. So yeah, like I said, today we're going into the series, we're continuing the series of the Gospels. Like I said, let me know if it sounds good. In fact, let me go ahead and make sure this is all right. Cool. Sorry, had to make an adjustment. Anyways, all right. Let me go ahead and get shout out to who's in the lesson this afternoon. Like I said, glad to see y'all here. Let me see. Adrian Bolt, not sure you all first time seeing you in here, but grace and peace be with you. What's going on? Bingo, bro. Hey, what's going on? I'm assuming you like the animal, the Bengal, because you can't like the team. You know what I'm saying? You can't like the team. Nah, I'm just playing. But like I said, hey, good afternoon. Grace and peace be with you. Love chickens. I never heard. All right, okay, got a new person. All right, love chickens. Hey, grace and peace be with you. I love chicken too. You know what I'm saying? We all, hey, Israelites, we love chicken. Hey, Sarah, see you in the building. I was gonna say happy Sabbath. Good afternoon. Grace and peace be with you. Same thing. Let me see you in the building as well. Yalasia, grace and peace be with you. And hey, like she said, make sure y'all like, comment, share, and subscribe. Yeah, I'm about to move the computer screen right back to where it used to be because I'm trying to get it from the other side, but it's not cooperating. So, yep, we're gonna get it back to where it used to be. All right. Anyways, like I said, make sure y'all like, comment, share, and subscribe, and we'll continue from there. Trying to look sideways, it's just not acting right. Sorry, it keeps going. I'm not sure what that meant, but hey, like I said, what's going on? Peace be with you. So let's go ahead diving into it. Let's go to Isaiah. Let's go to the book of Isaiah and get into the prophecy of Christ. All right, we're gonna get Isaiah chapter 54 because we've heard this many times in church, but let's go ahead and get understand with it. Matter of fact, actually, let's get Jeremiah. I want the book of Jeremiah. I will get chapter 23. Jeremiah chapter 23. All right. Jeremiah chapter 23, verse 5. Behold, the days come, saith the Lord, that I will raise unto David a righteous branch, and a king shall reign and prosper, and shall execute judgment and justice in the earth. In his days, Judah shall be saved, and Israel shall dwell safely. And this is his name whereby he shall be called the Lord our righteousness. So he is called the Lord our righteousness. So we understand that he has many different names, many different titles, many different things he's referred to. But as he said, the Lord our righteousness. A lot of people think he has to have a particular name. He has to be called. No, it doesn't have to be. He says he will be called the Lord our righteousness. So he can be called pretty much whatever. So that is the Messiah, Jesus the Christ. And he says he's going to execute judgment and justice. Executing judgment and justice, meaning he is going to, as he said, judgment or justice, meaning the truth is going to be shown through him. All right, the truth. He is going to have his judgment, his justice. Judgment is just simply another way of saying what is right and wrong, differentiating between right and wrong. That's what judgment is, meaning you can understand, you can discern, you can see what's good and what's not good. All right, so the Lord is going to execute judgment and justice. So being he's going to do that, yeah, we're going to continue on. So that judgment and justice is something that's good for us, and we need that. Oh, my fault. And you know what? I'm tripping. I forgot to go to Matthew chapter 26, verse 6, before I dive into the lesson. Matthew chapter 26, verse 6. Matthew chapter 26, verse 6. Now, when Jesus was in Bethany, in the house of Simon the leper, as he sat at meat, there came into him a woman having an alabaster box, and poured it on his head as he sat at meat. Sorry. But when his disciples saw it, they had indignation, saying, to what purpose is this waste? For this ointment might have been sold for much and given to the poor. And they murmured against her. And when Jesus understood it, he said unto them, when Jesus understood it, he said unto them, why trouble you the woman? For she hath wrought a good work upon me. For ye have the poor always with you, but me ye have not always. For in that she poured this ointment on my body, she did it for my burial. Verily I say unto you, wheresoever this gospel shall be preached in the whole world, there shall also this that this woman have done be told for memorial of her. So whenever we bring out the true gospel of Jesus Christ, the message is given to the 12 tribes of Israel. the words that are given to the people who are suffering the curse of Deuteronomy 28. Those people who continue to break God's laws, statutes, and commandments, who did not follow his ways and chose to do what they wanted to do, didn't choose righteousness, but chose to believe evil is good. So whenever we bring out this message, speaking to those people, telling them to return to God by keeping the commandments and living the lifestyle of an Israelite, of the descendant of Jacob, then we're always going to remember the woman that put the ointment on the body of our Messiah, Jesus the Christ. All right. So now, like I said, let's dive on into it. Let's go ahead and get to Matthew chapter 16, verse 1. Matthew chapter 16, verse 1. The Pharisees also with the Sadducees came and tempting and desired him that he would show them a sign from heaven. So what did they want to do? He said they wanted to show a sign. They wanted to see something miraculous, something amazing, something wonderful to say, hey, you got to be God. You know why? Only God can make fire appear out of nowhere. Only God can float in the sky. Only God can make it rain down fire inside of ice, like the Lord did when he rained down hail on Egypt. They said, show us a sign. Prove that you are the Son of God. Prove to us that actually the Lord, the kingdom of heaven's ruler, the Almighty, is walking with you. They said, prove that you are him. All right, verse 2. He answered and said unto them, when it is evening, ye say, it will be fair weather, for the sky is red. And in the morning, it will be foul weather today, for the sky is red and low ring. Ye hypocrites, ye can discern the face of the sky, but you cannot discern the sign of the times. So he says, hey, me, the leader of righteousness, the Lord our righteousness, the one that was prophesied to come here, the great man that comes from David, the one that understood all things, understands not just prophecies, but understands judgment in its true form. Y'all can hear me speak and you can't tell that God is with me. You can't tell the sign of the times. You can't tell that I'm the one that the Lord has been bringing forth, that's been talking about bringing him forth. You can't even tell that, but you can look up in the sky and you can tell what the weather's going to be. You a meteorologist, but you can't tell anything like that. Okay. Verse 4, a wicked and adulterous generation seeketh after a sign, and there shall no sign be given unto it, but the sign of the prophet Jonas. And he left them and departed. So he's like, man, y'all evil as hell. Y'all wicked. Only devils need to actually see proof that God is real. You got to have all this proof. And you ain't got to have proof to believe none of the garbage you believe in, but you need proof that I'm the Son of God. You need proof that actually I'm showing you the way to live and you need to do what I do. You need proof of that, but you don't need proof of nothing else. Yeah, I ain't got nothing else to say to y'all. And that's why he just left. He just walked off. He ain't had nothing to say. It says he departed. Verse 5. And when his disciples were come to the other side, they had forgotten to take bread. Then Jesus said unto them, take heed and beware of the leaven of the Pharisees and of the Sadducees. Now he says, beware of the leaven. Now leavening agents are things that we use to actually to make the bread rise. Okay, so it's yeast. It's like literally a yeast, a fungus. And it's used to help bread rise. So it ain't just be that thin, flat, hard, crunchy bread. Well, it ain't got. Just because it's unleavened bread don't mean it got to be hard bread, though. You know what I'm saying? We get some good unleavened bread. Matter of fact, we need some this weekend. Matter of fact, Church of Louisville, all my people that's listening, hey, get some stuff together. We breaking bread this weekend. We're going to get some unleavened bread and some wine for the people that can drink wine. Y'all non-wine drinkers, kids and people restricted, y'all know what I'm talking about. Then y'all get y'all some grape juice. But we breaking bread this weekend. All right, let's continue on. And when the disciples would come to the other side, they had forgotten to take bread. I'm sorry, let me jump down to verse 7. And they reasoned among themselves, saying, is it because we have taken no bread? So they had to think to themselves, is he telling us to watch out for what type of bread they have because we don't have any? Is that what's going on? Verse 8, which when Jesus perceived, he said unto them, O ye of little faith, why reason ye among yourselves because ye have brought no bread? Now he says, what are y'all worried about? You know what I'm saying? Y'all don't have no faith. What are y'all tripping for? Hey, it's okay. We good. You're going to have exactly what you need. Verse 9. Do you not understand? Neither remember the 5 loaves of the 5,000 and how many baskets you took up? Neither the 7 loaves of the 4,000 and how many baskets you took up. So he said, I just performed 2 miracles. I was able to feed 5,000 men, not including women and children, 5,000 men with the little bit I had. And I was also able to feed 4,000 men, not counting women and children, with not much bread that was there. Y'all don't have any faith. Y'all don't believe that I can make sure y'all are good. What are y'all tripping for? Why are y'all stressing? You got the wrong things on your mind. You need to focus. All right, verse 11, I mean. How is it that ye do not understand that I spake it not to you concerning bread, that ye should beware of the leaven of the Pharisees and of the Sadducees? So he says, how come you don't know I'm talking about? Now the leaven is representing, the wickedness within them, the sin, the evil that they're gonna try to squeeze into the bread that you have. They're gonna put that evil in you, and that little bit of leaven will leaven the whole lump. It will spread and will rise, and then that vessel that was good, that was actually good for consumption, and now good for nothing. Now, obviously, I'm not saying it's bad to have bread with leaven in it, to have bread that is risen. No, not at all. What I'm telling you is, if you have too much of that leaven, guess what it does? It destroys, it defiles it, and that causes the product that you have that you're going to eat. It's going to be poison. Now, guess what happens to a vessel that is not full of righteousness, that has the wickedness in them, and it gets fed, and that wickedness grows inside them? You know what happens? The whole thing gets leavened, and now they're no longer good spirit. They're no longer a loving, caring, kind spirit. They have become wicked and devilish in their ways. Verse 12. Then understood they how that he bade them not beware of the leaven of bread, but of the doctrine of the Pharisees and the Sadducees. So he says, then they realize, oh, he's talking about watch out for what they teaching, what they coming through with, how they are carrying themselves. Oh, that's what they doing. Beware or be conscious of the fact that these evil brothers that's out here teaching this word, that's out here trying to, bring disciples among the way. He says, be careful of what they're saying, because even though they might teach they're going to teach the right things, because we understand in Matthew 23, he says, listen to them, because their teaching was true. But he says also be careful, because they're going to slip in their own personal ideas, their own feelings, their own philosophies on things, which we just read in Matthew 15. If y'all was here yesterday, they brought their own laws. Oh, you got to make sure you wash your hands. But then they ignore some of the commandments God has, like if a child curses their mother and father, they shall die the death. So they're gonna not care about God's commandments, but they're gonna elevate their favorite laws, the things they believe in. They're gonna elevate them to the high heavens. They're gonna exalt them, and that's not what is supposed to happen. You're supposed to exalt God's direction, God's correction, God's understanding is supposed to be paramount in your mind, not your own beliefs, not your own way you look at things. How you view things is very, very, very much not important in the eyes of the Most High. Okay. Matthew chapter 16, verse 13. Then Jesus came into the coast of Caesarea Philippi. He asked his disciples, saying, whom do men say that I, the Son of Man, am? So he says, hey, who do people say? And he says, the Son of Man. He makes sure you understand. Who do people say? The one, the man y'all know, the person y'all know that was born among you, that actually came on earth like the rest of y'all. Who do the people say I am? Verse 16. And Simon Peter answered and said, thou art the Christ, the Son of the living God. So he says, hey, you come from the Most High. You are the anointed one. You are the chosen one, because that's what the Christ is. Christ just means the anointed one. Christ, Messiah, mean anointed. Anointed means chosen. So he says, you are the chosen one, the one that's supposed to lead us into the promised land, the new promised land, because we know that Moses was the chosen one to lead us into the promised land physically. But now we understand the new promised land, which will be physical as well. He said, Christ is going to be that one, the anointed one, the chosen one. He's going to give us the blood of the Lamb. He's going to let his blood that's going to be shed for that nation to be able to cover us so that we may be able to pass through. Because remember, flesh and blood can't enter the kingdom of heaven. Wickedness cannot be with the Most High God. But if his son has died for us, if his son has been his clean son who's been unscathed, unblemished, that's the word I'm looking for, unblemished lamb. If that unblemished lamb, his blood, then you can get through. But the only way you can get the blood of that lamb is if you truly believe on him. Only way you can truly believe on him, and if you do exactly what he says when he says. You got to trust in him and believe in him that much that he is the one that you have accepted wholeheartedly as your leader. You have professed his name, and you profess his name not just by speaking. You actually proclaim to love God and his son, Jesus Christ, by actually living the exact same way he does. That's how you say that I am of Christ. I am Christ. Just like people said, I am Negan on The Walking Dead. You say, I am Christ by making sure you keep the Passover. You are saying I'm Christ by making sure you have 100% garments. You saying I'm Christ by making sure you don't eat blood. You saying I am Christ when you make sure that you keep the Feast of the Tabernacles, those 8 days, and 7 days you sleep in a tent or in a booth, as the scripture says. See, this is how you say you are Christ. You can only be Christ if you live like Christ and you do the things that Christ would have you do. All right, that's how it is. And as he said, and if you keep the commandments, like Adrian Bolt said, Jesus loves you. But if you don't keep the commandments, Jesus does not love you. Jesus hates you. He only loves those people that love him. I love those that love me. And if you don't love him, then he don't love you. It's not like that. It ain't unconditional. It is got to be reciprocated. Matthew chapter 16, verse 18. Verse 17. And Jesus answered and said unto him, Blessed art thou, Simon Bar-Jonah, for flesh and blood have not revealed it unto thee, but my Father which is in heaven. So he says, hey, the physical has not revealed, has not manifested who I am, but guess what has manifested? That I am the Son of Jesus, that I am the Son of God, that I am Jesus Christ, that I am the Messiah, the Anointed One. He says, heaven has done it. Your flesh and blood hasn't, but my Father in heaven. What is this Father in heaven? The Father in heaven gave the prophecy. It gave the instructions. And he's like, hey, you can tell that I am the Son of God because I live like him. Remember, the scripture says, he shall be my son and I will be his father. That is only for people that actually follow the laws, follow the instructions of the Most High. If you follow and believe in the instructions of the Most High, then guess what he's going to do? He is going to bless you, and he's going to be like, all right, this person trusts me. I trust them. I trust them to actually be the person that they say they are. They say they are of my son, Jesus Christ. And you know what? I rock with them. And that's my child. Matthew chapter 16, verse 18. And I say also unto thee that thou art Peter, and upon this rock I will build my church, and the gates of hell shall not prevail against it. And I will give unto thee the keys of the kingdom of heaven. And whatsoever thou shalt bind on earth shall be bound in heaven. And whatsoever thou shalt loose on earth shall be loose in heaven. So again, he lets us know, hey, upon this rock. Now, the rock that he is going to build the church upon is his son, the Christ, the Messiah. So that's why he said, upon this rock, upon me, the church is going to be built by me. I am the head. I'm the head cornerstone, the stone that the builders refused. That's the one I am. Matthew chapter 16, verse 20. Then charged he his disciples that they should tell no man that he was Jesus Christ. He told them, hey, don't tell nobody I'm the chosen one. I'm the Messiah. Don't need to tell nobody. Now, of course, we can speculate on why to do so. Speak I, not the Lord. If I had to say why he would say don't tell nobody that, because he had to be like, they're going to have to notice it in his spirit, in his walk. If they can't tell by his action, by how he loves this people, by how he loves the Lord, by all of those things, if they can't tell that he's Jesus Christ from that, ain't no point telling them, because they're not going to follow him. They need to be able to see by his actions. It should not take no grand gesture, no sign from heaven, none of those things. The way you should be able to tell he's the Son of God is by how he carries himself. And again, I said, speak I, not the Lord. But hey, the Lord may reveal it later on in the gospel series and prove it to be right, or it could prove it to be wrong. And I'm gonna have to be like, you know what? Hey, that's what I thought I saw, but it's not what it is. Matthew chapter 16, verse 21. From that time forth began Jesus to show unto his disciples how that he must go into Jerusalem and suffer many things of the elders and chief priests and scribes, and be killed and be raised again the third day. So now he started telling them, hey, his purpose. Now, Jesus Christ, now he's letting them know, I'm the chosen one. I'm the one that is supposed to die for you. I am the Lamb of God. I'm the one that's supposed to come and rescue the nation and deliver us out of captivity, out of the captivity of sin, out of wickedness. But ye shall know the truth, and the truth shall make you free. Matthew chapter 16, verse 22. Then Peter took him and began to rebuke him, saying, Be it far from thee, Lord. This shall not be unto thee. But he turned and said unto Peter, Get thee behind me, Satan, that thou art an offense unto me. For thou savorest not the things that be of God, but those that be of men. When he says savorest, he's talking about you desire, what you love, what you're looking for, what you're hoping for. What your hopes and dreams are that I can live here as a man forever and ever. And, you get to enjoy your time with me here. Now, I say your hopes should be in the restoration of our nation, in the deliverance of Israel, our people being able to return from the trenches of sin, from the pit of hell. I need my people to come back to my Father, God of heaven, the leader of the universe, the omnipotent God. The Lord is telling him, Christ is saying, hey, I need my people to keep these laws. I need people to be righteous, to do things the way I would have them do. So the only way that can happen is if I actually have to give my life for this race, for this nation, for the descendants of Jacob, being that he is saying, hey, nah, I ain't gonna let this happen to you. He's trying to tell him, hey, nah, you tripping. You thinking about you got a worldly mindset right now. You only concerned with what is actually making you feel good. Now it's beyond your feelings, it's beyond his desires. It is all up to the importance of, hey, what is great for the whole? What's the greater good? And sometimes the greater good requires sacrifices, it requires us to, have to suffer and be upset and lose loved ones that are close to us. If you desire the things of the world, you desire things of the world, then guess what? You're going to try to keep Christ to yourself. If you desire things of the Most High, then guess what you're going to do? You're going to let Christ be that sacrificial lamb. You're going to let him be that the one that came to give his life for the nation, for his race. And being that he has to do that, the people that are close to him, that actually have their real relationship with him, is right next to him. They're going to have to miss out on that. They ain't going to be able to get as much of that. You know why? Because he got to share it with the rest of the people that he loves. Matthew chapter 16, verse 24. Then said Jesus unto his disciples, if any man will come after me, let him deny himself and take up his cross and follow me. So, and he's continuing the same thing. Hey, let the person that says they believe on me, let the person that says they're going to follow me, then that person, those people that actually claim that I am their leader, I am their king, I am their ruler, then make sure they actually are willing to give their lives for the kingdom. You give your life for the kingdom, it means you're going to take up your cross. Whatever's wrong with you, you're going to put it, you're going to put that cross on your back and carry it. You're going to get rid of it. You're going to crucify it. You need to take up your cross and follow him. Verse 25, for whosoever will save his life shall lose it. And whosoever will lose his life for my sake shall find it. So what do we have to do? You have to give up your life. As I said, your life is not yours. Your life belongs to the Most High and the rest of his people, who are the Israelites. If your life does not belong to your nation, to your race of people, then you got to understand that you are not actually following Jesus Christ. You are following yourself. You are following Jesus Christ, me, not Jesus, me. And you don't need to follow the me. And I'm not talking about me on the screen. I'm talking about you following yourself, the me within you. That's who you following. You got to follow the Messiah, not Messiah. Matthew chapter 16, verse 26. For what is a man profited if he shall gain the whole world and lose his own soul? His own soul. Or what shall a man give in exchange for his soul? So now, what can you give for going to the lake? What is so important that you're willing to give you are willing to just let yourself suffer for an eternity? Let yourself not just suffer for the pain from being in the lake of fire, but suffer to being away from Christ and God and all the people that follow God, all the people that are good. Why would you not want to spend eternity with all those people? Oh, because you thought it was something on this side of the earth, on this side of life, that was more important than that. See, you don't want to do that. If you decide to do that, then you got to ask yourself, well, actually, ask yourself now, what can you give in exchange for the kingdom? What will you choose over the kingdom of heaven? It's a question you got to ask yourself. If there's nothing you'll choose over the kingdom of heaven, put a 7 in the chat. If you ain't sure if there's something you would choose over the kingdom of heaven, then put a 3 in the chat. And guess what? If we put a 3, all the people that put in 7s and claim they love the Most High, pray for the 3s. And if you don't pray for the 3s, then you are 3 too, because you got the devil on you. Matthew chapter 16, verse 27. For the Son of Man shall come in the glory of his Father with his angels, and then he shall reward every man according to his works. When he says he's going to reward you, he's going to pay you. So everything you've done, the Most High God will pay you for that. If you've done good, then you'll get paid for the good. If you've done evil, then you will get recompense. You will get paid back. A day of reckoning. And that day of reckoning will be for all of those people that claim to love God, and they will get the reward of the wicked. And all the people that claim they love God and actually do love God, then you will get the reward of the righteous. And you get to be like, all praise be to the Most High. Evil is good. Oh, sorry, wrong button. Didn't mean to hit that. Matthew chapter 16, verse 28. Verily I say unto you, there be some standing here which shall not taste of death till they see the Son of Man coming in his kingdom. So some people might die physical death, but that death is going to have nothing on the second death that the Most High God has coming. Now remember, he says he's going to judge every man according to his works. For all more people to say you can't work your way into heaven, you can't do nothing to please God and actually show that you are with him. All the people that claim that garbage, Jesus said himself, you'll be judged according to your works. You will not be, he is not going to make a decision based off of feelings. He's going to make that decision based off of your actions, how you've actually lived your life. If you lived your life for God, then you'll be judged for that. If you lived your life anti-Christ, you'll be judged for that. So make sure that everything you do and how you live is based upon the scriptures. All right, this is Matthew chapter 16. It's the Gospels. I pray I gain some understanding, some wisdom, and if not, like I said, ask questions. And yeah, I'll be glad to answer it on the page. And if you got more questions in depth that ain't on the page, and you know me, then hit me up, message me, and I get with you. All right, y'all enjoy the rest of y'all's day, Israel. I love y'all. Grace and peace be into the 12 tribes.